How are you today? We have kind of a long warm up today. How was your weekend, Brooklyn? I see that. I was just going to say that I like your hair down. I like your hair down. I was going to say down because I noticed it was down, but yeah, I like your braids. How long did that take? And they're long. Ooh, they're pretty. Yeah. I see in the little blonde or copper in there. That looks nice. 5 hours. Oh my goodness. Did you do it at home or did you have to go stay 5 hours at the salon? At the salon? Oh my gosh. That's like dedicating a whole day. You know that? That's like a school day, Brooklyn. I know. You felt I would have too, and gotten hungry and all of the above. Absolutely. Well, it was worth it. And they last a long time, don't they? Yeah, that's all right then. Absolutely. Okay. So behind me, you guys, or as a warm up today, I have three sentences. See if you can find the mistake and figure out what the correction would be. And then you can unmute and tell me or pop it in the chat or whatever you feel comfortable doing. Take your time. Good morning, Jojo. How are you today? Did you get your hair done too this weekend, Jojo? I'm feeling like y'all went and had your hair done. You see? Yeah, I know. You both did. That's wonderful. That's kind of cool. Looking sharp. You guys are looking sharp. Yeah, every one of these has something wrong with them, right, Jojo? Every one of these has something wrong with them. So we need to figure out what we think is wrong and how we would fix it. Take your time. But Brooklyn, you're correct on number 3. What about 1 and 2? What do you say, Jojo? What do you find that's you think is wrong in any of these? Every one of them has something wrong, actually. Yeah. So what's wrong with like I said, Joe, every one of these has something wrong with them. So let's try to figure out what is wrong with them. And then we can figure out what we need to fix. Yeah. Very good, Joe Marion. Good morning, Arshad. Did you have a good weekend? So Arshad, what we're trying to do is figure out each one of these has something wrong. So what is the error and how would we fix it? Yeah. You're right, Jojo. So what should it be? That's it. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So yes, very good. So in number 1, the está needs to match tú, right? So it should be estás. You guys are absolutely right. Yay, round of applause for you all. So tú estás mirando la pizarra. You are looking at the chalkboard. Okay, muy bien. All right, number 3, Brooklyn said earlier that escuchar is an AR verb, right? So it should be nosotros estamos escuchando with an ANDO at the end. Very good, Brooklyn. Woo-hoo. All right, so what's wrong with number 2? This is one of those irregulars, you guys. It's an irregular, so check it out carefully. If you needed to open up the visual in Canvas, you could do that. Okay, very good. So there's something wrong with leyendo, right? So it's irregular. Any clues as to what's wrong with it? The spelling. Yeah, the spelling's wrong. What's wrong with it? When we have a Y, it's kind of like English. Yeah. When we have a Y, exactly, Brooklyn, we don't need an I, right? So like 90% of the time, right? 9 times out of 10 in Spanish, if you have a Y, you're not going to follow it with an I. Usually that Y takes its place. Good eye, you guys. Good eye. So this would be Benjamin está leyendo, right? With no I. Leyendo un libro. Okay. Right. Leyendo, reading, right? Benjamin is reading a book. Está leyendo with no I. Okay. Good job, you guys. Good job. Okay. Muy bien. So what are we doing today? Well, I would like for us to finish our Grammy story about I know we just started it, right? So we're gonna I shouldn't say finish. I should say we're gonna do a little more work with that one today. And I'm gonna give you some time toward the end of the hour to do a little task, right? So you want to sit tight. We'll do the first part of class together like we always do. And then I'm going to give you some time at the end to do a little task. Okay. All right. So clase, hoy es martes. We are not normally together on a Tuesday, right? So just a reminder, martes. Hoy es martes, el 20 enero. Vamos a practicar con el presente progresivo traducir en imágenes y a contestar a preguntas según la cuenta. So we're going to work with this story, this Grammy story a little bit, and we're going to do some stuff with some images, and we're going to do some listening practice and stuff like that. Okay, I don't know if we'll get through it all today, but today and Thursday, that's our goal. Okay, clase preguntas, any questions? Okay, are y'all going to be here this week? Like y'all aren't going to, there's nothing going on that's going to interrupt us. Is that right, you guys? Am I right? I looked at the calendar again, but is there anything going on I'm forgetting? We're all here, right? Because seniors, you guys have, don't you seniors have something coming up? Are you guys going to participate, Arshad and Brooklyn? Isn't there a senior class, senior event coming up? Okay, that's Wednesday. No, I thought there was something like for graduation. Maybe I read far ahead. Maybe I read too far ahead. Okay, well, that's fine. You guys would know better than me, right? Yes, Wednesday. Are you guys going to Shine on Wednesday, which is tomorrow? Are y'all going? Yeah, very good. Okay, so I want us to warm up today. We had a long weekend. I have a little story for us, a little video story. And basically we're going to practice some more with this present progressive or present continual or whatever, just as a warm up. There are going to be some verbs in here that we maybe don't know. And I'll pause it and we'll make our best guess. Okay, no problem. All right, so here we go. Make sure that you can hear and make sure that you can see. This is kind of a cute little story. Okay. All right, give me a thumbs up if y'all can see my shared screen. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's pay attention. This is kind of a cute little story. It's called Glued. I'm not sure why it's called Glued, but it is Glued. Okay, we'll watch. Maybe we can figure it out. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Glued to the screen. Absolutely. All right. So this is the mom in the kitchen. The question is, ¿Qué está haciendo la mamá? So who can help me? You can unmute, you guys. What is the question asking? ¿Qué está haciendo la mamá? What is the question asking?
What is the mama doing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's the mama doing? So our verb, you guys, is she's cutting, right? She's cutting the meat or whatever she's cutting. So our verb is cortar with an AR at the end. So is it A, B, or C? What would be our answer? ¿Qué está haciendo la mamá? Good, Joe Marion. Brooklyn or Arshad? A, B, or C? Cortar is our verb. What do you think, Brooklyn? Yeah, very good. Arshad, you got an answer for me? I guess it's salmon, right? Okay, good. So B. Ella está cortando el salmón. So I want to just take a second and just look at the other options, right? Ella cortó el salmón. Cortó, you guys, is past tense, which we don't really know yet. So it's not that, because according to the video, she is in the process, right, of cutting the salmon. On C, ella cortando by itself does not exist. You have to have a star. So our only logical answer is B. And you guys got that. Ella está cortando el salmón. She's cutting the salmon. Okay. ¿Qué están haciendo los niños? Los niños jugando con la pelota. Los niños jugaron con la pelota. Los niños están jugando con la pelota. A, B, or C? Yep. Arshad, you got an answer? A, B, or C? Brooklyn? ¿Qué piensas? Yeah, muy bien. So what are the kids doing? They are playing with the ball, right? Los niños están jugando con la pelota, right? So we can recognize this present progressive, you guys, by the fact that we have that form of estar, and then that gerundio, that gerund, that participle, present participle, right? It's what they're calling it, with the ando or yendo or whatever on the end, okay? All right, ¿qué está haciendo el hijo? What is the little boy doing? ¿Qué está haciendo el hijo? ¿Está jugando videojuegos? ¿Jugó a los videojuegos o está mirando los videojuegos? A, B, or C. Okay, Arshad, muy bien. Okay, Joe Marion, muy bien. Anybody else? All right, so what is the little boy doing? Well, let's look at numero uno. Jugar is our verb to play. So the little boy está jugando. He's playing video games. B, he played video games. C, he's looking at video games. What's the better answer? Is he playing or looking or watching or whatever the word might be? A, B, or C? Brooke, I need you to break the tie because I have two different answers and there's three of you. Did you answer this one? What do you think? Okay, so I have two votes for A. He's playing video games. So let's see. Yeah, he's playing them, right? He's not just looking at them. Although C is grammatically correct. Está mirando is correct, right? But he's not looking at them. He's playing with them. Jugando. ¿Qué está haciendo la mamá? What's she doing? Abrió, she opened the curtains. Abriendo las cortinas o está abriendo las cortinas? A, B, or C? Muy bien, Jamarian. Abrir is our verb to open. It's an IR verb. Brooklyn, what do you say? ¿Qué está haciendo la mamá? All right, muy bien. Arshad, you got an answer? You guys are telling me sí, la mamá está abriendo. She's opening, right? Abrir, IR verb, las cortinas. ¿Qué está haciendo la mamá? Ella miró los controles. Ella mirará los controles. Ella está mirando los controles. A, B, or C? She's looking at the controls, right? That's what we want to say. Muy bien, sí, muy bien. Ella está mirando, right? She's looking at the controls. ¿Qué está haciendo el niño? What is the little boy doing? ¿Está jugando en la computadora? ¿Está mirando la televisión? jugó en la computadora? A, B, or C? A, B, or C? I have two different answers, Arshad. You need to pick one and make a, yeah, you want to rewatch? Sure. Here's the rewatch. Okay. Arshad, what's your answer? Because I have a tie. Okay. Brooklyn. Okay. So two of you said A. Let's see if they're right. El niño está jugando. He's playing on the computer. So he left the game downstairs console and supposedly went upstairs to the other computer to play on that computer. So that was correct. El niño está jugando en la computadora. Okay. What's the mom doing with the little boy? ¿Qué está haciendo la mamá con el niño? Lo está sentando en las escaleras, right? To sit down. La mamá lo sentará en las escaleras, on the steps. La mamá lo sienta en las escaleras. A, B, or C? Okay, so muy bien. So you guys are telling me A. La mamá lo está sentando en las escaleras. So let's review, you guys, real quick, our direct object pronouns, right? Lo is referring to el niño, the boy, right? So in our answer, we're replacing con el niño. So la mamá lo, she's setting him on the steps, right? Lo, that's our direct object. Okay, muy bien. Okay, ¿qué están haciendo los niños? What are those kids doing? Están mirando la casa, the house, y saludando and waving. Miraron y saludaron. Miraran y saludaran, which is correct in response. Yeah. So C, very good. C, you guys, is past tense. B is future, way future tense. So it's not those. So it's están mirando. They're looking at the house and waving, okay, saying hello. Okay. ¿Qué está haciendo la mamá? Destruye los videojuegos. Ella está destruyendo los videojuegos. Destruirá los videojuegos. A, B, or C? Very good. So you can see destruir is an IR verb. Yeah, you guys. So she's destroying. She's in the middle of, right? She's doing this. Está destruyendo los videojuegos. Do you think she's right, you guys? Do you understand her frustration or no? Or is it her fault that the kid is, or not her fault, but the parents allowed it to get that far? What do you say? Any observations? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sell them and get some money. Right. Okay. Muy bien. Okay, ¿qué está haciendo la mamá con los juguetes? What is she doing with the toys? Quemar is our verb, meaning to burn. La mamá está quemando los juguetes. La mamá quemó los juguetes. La mamá quemará los juguetes. Sí. Muy bien. So la mamá está quemando, right? She's burning them. Okay. Quemó would be past tense. She burnt them. Quemará means she will burn them in the future, right? But no, she's actually burning them. Yeah. Okay. What is she doing? So our verb is correr in ER verb, to run. Ella corrió por las escaleras. She ran to the steps. Ella está corriendo. She's running to the steps. Ella corriendo por las escaleras. A, B, or C? C. Okay. Arshad, do you have an answer? A, B, or C? For correr? Mom's kind of freaky looking, huh? I think she's probably meant to be. A, B, or C? Arshad, what do you say? All right. Ella está corriendo. She's running to the steps. Muy bien. Okay. ¿Cómo se está sintiendo la mamá? How's she feeling? Se está sintiendo muy frustrada. Se sintió frustrada. Se frustra. Yeah. So notice a couple of things here, you guys. Sentir is our verb. SENTIR, right? So in the present progressive, we would need that IR ending, meaning IENDO. And because it's SEN, it's one of the irregulars. Notice it becomes SIN. Okay. So se está sintiendo muy frustrada. Also, the se. The se again is that reflexive pronoun. Remember when we did those, like looking, do we do actions to ourselves, like brushing our teeth, combing our hair, or do we do them to somebody else, right? So in this instance, she herself is feeling muy frustrada. The poor little boy doesn't even know how to play with the ball, right? With the pelota. So that's pretty sad, actually. Okay. All right, muy bien. All right, any questions, you guys? That was just our little warm up, nothing too difficult this morning. Yeah. Okay. Preguntas? No? Okay. So, I have a couple of questions for you. I'm going to put up some slides and I'm going to ask you a basic question based on the slide. And you guys can either type your answer in or you can unmute. I prefer that you unmute. Okay. Of course, in Spanish, we're responding in Spanish. And if you need to go to Canvas and open up like the visual, a guide on the present progressive, feel free to do that. That's fine. Okay. So I'm going to pull one up. We'll start with an easy one. And then that way you can kind of see what I'm asking you to do. And we'll just do a couple of these this morning. Okay. All right. So we see a couple of gals here. They're talking. That looks like they're working, right? They got pencils, papers, coffee, whatever. Arshad, are you with me? Okay. So if I ask you guys, ¿qué están haciendo las mujeres? ¿Qué están haciendo las mujeres? Right? What are the women doing? How could you answer me in Spanish? And you can pop it in the chat, right? You could say, están hablando, they're talking. We could say, están trabajando, right? They're working. Since they have pencils in their hand, maybe we could say, están escribiendo, they're writing. Okay, everybody with me on what I'm asking you to do? Sí o no? Give me thumbs up. Yeah. I would prefer that you unmute. Okay. So if you think you have the answer, feel free to unmute. Okay. ¿Qué está haciendo el niño? He's drinking, right? Our verb is beber. So, ¿qué está haciendo el niño? Arshad, what do you say? ¿Qué está haciendo el niño? Perfect, Brooklyn. Anybody else? Arshad, Jamarian, what say you? If our verb is beber with an ER. Okay, Brooklyn, you want to unmute? Tell us what you came up with. ¿Qué está haciendo el niño?
Está bebiendo.
Muy bien, está bebiendo. Now, the other verb that Spanish use to drink, yeah, is that verb tomar, T-O-M-A-R, tomar. So we could have said está tomando. That's another verb that they use. Okay, just an FYI, just a reminder of that one. Okay, muy bien. All right. This one's a little harder. So first of all, ¿dónde estamos? Where are we in this picture, you guys? Yeah, in el aeropuerto. And so if we're in an airport, what are we doing? We are what? We could say we're traveling. Do we remember our verb to travel? To voyage? Do we remember that one? I'll put it in the chat. It's viajar. It's an AR verb. Absolutely. We also could say that they're walking around. So caminar. All right. So what would our answer be? If I said to you, clase, ¿qué están, plural, qué están haciendo la gente, the people? ¿Qué están haciendo la gente? What would your answer be? I've already heard from Brooke. I need to hear from Arshad and Jojo. ¿Qué están haciendo la gente? Actually, it's singular. ¿Qué está haciendo la gente? Sorry, be singular in Spanish. Yes, very good. So, la gente, the people in Spanish is singular. La gente está caminando, they're walking. Yeah. Jojo, you want to unmute? Give us your answer.
You want me to say the singular, like está?
Yeah, it should be está because it's the people, la gente.
Okay. Estás comiendo.
Caminando. Sí, muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. If we did viajar, anybody want to try that one? If we did viajar, I put the word in the. Okay, good. Brooklyn, you want to give us the viajar? What would it be?
Está viajando.
Yeah. So la gente está viajando, right? They're traveling. Yeah. Muy bien. Okay, let's just do one more here. Okay. So we have a little leeway on this one. Yeah. They're sitting, they're talking, they're on their phone. This girl over here is texting or messaging, right? So let's see if you can come up with a verb on your own for this one. And then you can just pop it in the chat. Okay. So would we say they, Jojo? Because estás is the one that goes with tú, meaning you, as though we're talking to them. Would we say they, or would we say she? That's fine, Brooklyn. What do you say, Jojo? What's our verb to text? Do you remember that one? We could say, let me put it in the chat, you guys, so you can see it. We could say textear, or we could say escribir un mensaje, right? So what would we do here? Arshad, I'd like to hear from you. Check out the chat. What could we say here? Textear. It's an AR verb, right? So what would it be? Jamarian, what say you? Could we say, Jamarian, están, the women are, or the woman is, so it'd be one woman is the one who's texting. So we could say, ella está texteando. Huh, Jojo? Texteando. Está texteando. We could say, ella está escribiendo un mensaje. She's writing a message. Yeah. They also use, I'll put it in the chat too. They also use that, Jojo. Can you see the chat box? Chatear, right? She's chatting. Chatear. So we could say ella está chateando. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Muy bien. All right. So Joe, tell me 3, 2, 1 in the chat. How comfortable do you feel with this present progressive? Okay. Is it the star that gets you, or is it the irregulars that are the most confusing? Okay. Bueno, I get it. Okay. All right. So, what I'd like us to do is, okay, give me a minute, Jojo. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Alrighty. So remember we started our story. Jojo, can you see my screen? We did some guided notes with some vocabulary. And then we had our forms of a star here. And then we had our story. Do you remember this? Our little reading, I should call it. So can you pull that up? I'll give you a minute to pull that up. Okay, if you can put it up on your Go Guardian, Joe, there you go, so I can see where you're at. Okay. All right, Jojo. So let's look at the first paragraph real quick. Okay, just the very first paragraph. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, Jojo. So if you can see my screen, we're just gonna look at this first paragraph that I have highlighted because we did this the other day. So it says, los artistas están grabando videos con cámaras y celulares, y los fans están escuchando podcasts sobre los Latin Grammys. Muchos están viendo la película de su artista favorito mientras esperan las nominaciones y disfrutan la música latina. Well, Joe, it looks like it's me and you on the screen here. So do you remember what was the main idea or what was going on in that first paragraph?
The artists were recording videos with their cameras and phones, and something about the Grammys. I forgot.
Okay. And so the fans were escuchando podcasts. What was that? Escuchando podcasts?
Talking.
Escuchando podcasts. Podcasts, what do we do with them? We watch them, we listen to them, right?
Yeah.
So the fans were listening to podcasts about the Latin Grammys, and muchos están viendo la película. La película, the film, yeah. So many of them were looking at the film of their favorite artist while, mientras, they were waiting for the nominees and enjoying the Latin music. So remember we watched like videos of the Grammys from this last year, and you could see all the press and the stuff waiting in the red carpet and all of those things. Remember all that? See? Okay. So what I would like us to do, what I'm going to do actually, is I'm going to do a real quick review of vocab. Okay. And I lost it though. We're going to do a real quick review of the vocab, and then we're going to work together on paragraph 2. However, paragraph 2 is different. We're going to do something different with paragraph 2. So I really need you guys to kind of listen into the instructions here in just a second. Okay. Hang on one second. I lost my slides. Okay. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So take a look at my screen real quick, you guys. Just again, as a reminder, and I know that you have your vocab list on that piece of document on your guided notes, right? It's all together. Grabar is to record, right? Grabar videos. Escuchar is to listen. So escuchar podcasts. Ir al cine, ir to go, right? You guys, where are we going? Ir al cine, where are we going? We're going to the movies, right? Going to the movies. Tomar or sacar fotos, to take pictures. Okay, you with us, Brooklyn? La cámara, again, that accent should be over the first A. La cámara is a fancy camera. El celular, of course, is our phone. Película, again, that accent is over the I. La película is a film. Okay. And then we had those other sort of fill-in words. Sobre is like about or on the subject of. Mientras was while or during. Están viendo, they are watching. Esperan, they wait. Disfrutan, they enjoy or they take advantage of something. La alfombra is a rug. So they talk about the red carpet, right? So la alfombra roja. Están yendo, they are going. And then llena is something that is full, right? Like if your glass is full, the room is full of people, you know, it's full, llena. Okay. So these were all words that we should have on our guided notes, right? Okay. Brooklyn, while you were gone, we talked about what was the main idea in paragraph 1. And we said it was basically the fans and the people at the Latin Grammys waiting around, like taking pictures, listening to podcasts, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. So listen carefully to the instructions. Okay. We need to focus on paragraph 2. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you can see what I mean, if you know what I'm talking about. Joe, you with me? We're going to focus on paragraph 2. Okay. You have a couple of options. You can just use this the way you have it, or let me get it pulled up here, or in Canvas, and I'm waiting, you should have an immersive reader. Okay, now I kind of like the immersive reader, which is, you know, I like to use the immersive reader. Let me get there with my computer. Okay. All right. So take a look, please. Okay. So we're still in Desafío número 3, right? We're still in the section 3 here. And here's the immersive reader, right? And I know I've shown you this before. I like this because here's your story, right? We're working on the second paragraph right here. But you guys, like, you can, obviously, I recommend to read it to yourself, but you can also click the immersive reader and you can slow it down. You come down here and slow it down right? To the voice, you can change the female, male, whatever you do. I recommend 0.75. So you just slow it down a little bit and let it read it to you. Okay, so make sure you can hear this.
Immersive Reader, la música latina y los Latin Grammys. La música latina y los Latin Grammys. Los artistas están grabando vídeos con cámaras y celulares, y los fans están escuchando podcasts sobre los Latin Grammys. Muchos están viendo la película de su artista favorito mientras esperan las nominaciones. Y disfrutan la música latina.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. So you can make it go faster, you can make it go slower, right? You adjust it, whatever. You can replay it, obviously, as many times as you want. So here's what your instructions are. You need to read paragraph 2 or have the immersive reader read it to you. Doesn't make any difference as long as you read paragraph 2 on your own. Okay. On your own, you are going to look for cognates. On your own, you're going to find the main idea. Okay. And once you do that, okay, and this is where like all the things that we do together in class, at some point, you know, you're able to do them on your own, right? Once you do that, then in Canvas, it's posted right after the immersive reader. Here are your instructions. Okay, this is how you're going to do paragraph 2. This is how we're going to finish up the little story. Read paragraph 2 of the story using Canva, Google Slides, Google Docs, or other media. Okay, now when I say Google Doc, you can use your guided notes. You could just scroll down here, right? You guys, if it allows you to edit, you can just use this. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not asking for anything fancy schmancy. Okay, it's just whatever you like to do. Create a visual translation of each sentence of the paragraph. Include images and a caption, each set of images with the corresponding sentence from the story. Okay, now it says don't use online resources to help with translation. Obviously, you're going to use online resources for the visual, right? But I need for you to figure out what is the sentence saying? What is the main idea? This is not a word for word translation. Do y'all understand what I mean by that? This is not a word for word translation. This is you telling me that you understand, or showing me that you understand the main idea of each sentence. Okay. When you're done, then you're going to upload it back here to me. Okay. So here's an example. This is the sentence from the first paragraph. So notice that I have the first paragraph. Notice that I have the sentence in Spanish. Los artistas están grabando videos con cámaras y celulares. So I understand that the artists are taking videos with cameras and cell phones. So you can see my image of people taking pictures with a cell phone. Y'all with me on this? Yeah? In the second half of the sentence, it says, los fans están escuchando podcasts sobre los Latin Grammys. So I understand the sentence telling me that the people are looking, or are listening to podcasts. Well, we listen to podcasts on our phone a lot. We don't have to have a computer. So this was my picture to show that I understand that we're listening to a podcast. Okay, so there's no English here. There are visuals here, and that's what I mean. It is not a word for word translation. You're just showing me that you understand the main idea of each sentence. Okay, so we're doing a visual translation of the main ideas of each sentence. Okay, questions? Do I need to clarify? Jojo, what do you say? Brooke? You good? Okay. Use this as an example, right, you guys? Don't make it harder than what it needs to be. I'm going to give you the rest of class period. You can start on this so that you can ask me any questions. Decide how you want to do it on a regular doc or whatever. And then if you finish this or whatever before you leave and you have time left over, I'm reminding you that we do have a speaking practice assignment that's pending that y'all need to record yourselves with, and some other BHL and stuff, right? So there are some outstanding assignments, especially that speaking practice. So don't forget, I'm just reminding you. Okay. So stay in class. We'll work together. I'll help you with this. I'll help you with anything that y'all need help with. Okay. And I'll be quiet because you're supposed to be reading paragraph 2 on your own. Yep. Yeah, let me get to that assignment. Okay, Brooke, hold on. I'm waiting on my computer. Waiting. Okay. Okay, Brooke, can you see my screen? Okay, Jojo, if you need to see this again too. So record your responses by clicking insert, media, and record. So I would listen to the thing. I can listen to it as many times as I want. I would click Brooklyn in the box, right? Like as though I was typing. I would hit insert media, record, and then you hit record again, right? And whenever it loaded, then it's going to allow you to, I think there's a little microphone that you click, and then make sure that you save it. And then it'll just put it in the box, just like as though you were typing an answer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So can you see it now? You just hit microphone and then start recording and then stop recording. And then like, I think it's a save or a submit button comes up and it'll just put it in the response. Okay. Jojo, you might want to get like a piece of scrap paper or something and write your responses out first and then just read them. It's probably easier. Right? Hey, let me know if you guys have any questions or any way I can help you. Okay, we have about a minute left, you guys. Any questions? Any way I can help you? Jojo, you're good. Brooklyn, you're good. Any questions? If you guys come up with something, make sure that you inbox me through Canvas, right? So I can answer you if you find you hit a something. Okay. And have fun at Shine tomorrow. Jojo, did you say you were going? Yeah. Brooklyn, are you going to be able to go? Yes. Oh, good. All right. So you can tell me tomorrow how it went, or rather Thursday how it went. Okay. Joe, did you see the chat before we sign off today? All right, you guys, that's our time. Like I say, if you have a question, just inbox me. Otherwise, have fun at Shine, and I'll see you Thursday, right? Nos vemos jueves. All right. Adios a todos. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.